Hey friends, good morning, welcome. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. As you can see, I'm getting together some little baubles and bits because this morning I am going to be making a resin bevel pendant. So if you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. So we are going to start out using a piece of tape. When I do these bevels, I like to put it on a piece of tape. It holds everything secure and allows me to have a nice finished back without everything running all over the place. So I'm going to start out with a little bit of beach sand. I'm going to mix it into some UV resin. And yes, this pendant is going to be done in UV resin. So I've only been doing the UV resin for about a month now. So I'm definitely no expert on it. I'll let you know the things that I've learned. And I'm sure some of that will change as I go around and do more with it. So I am just going to put in my beach sand and spread that around in there to where I want it. The one thing I have learned with the UV resin is that you really want to do a bunch of shallow layers. So the UV resin needs to be able to penetrate through, and that's how it cures, with the light penetrating through. So if you're using a mold, you want it to be a clear or light colored mold. You don't want to use a dark mold because the light can't penetrate through. And layers are very nice. It allows it to harden easier, but it also allows you to do more with your pieces. So this is very nice. Another tip that I have learned is to cure it on a piece of foil or a mirror. And this allows the light to refract back up through the piece, and it allows you to cure the front and the back at the same time. So also, if you hear gusts of wind, I'm sorry for that. I am sitting on my back porch. It's finally nice and cool here in Florida where it's been so hot, but I am downwind from a hurricane. So, all right, so now when I put it under the UV light, this resin is for 4 minutes cure time. And now I'm going to use some tinted resin. This is blue tinted resin, and put that in where I want it to be to make my water. Now, the UV resin is very funny when it comes to tinting it. You can't tint it as easily as you can regular epoxy resin because it's much more fickle. So I am using tinted resin, and maybe as I get better at using the UV resin, I may start attempting to do some tinting myself. But again, it has to be tint that allows the light to go through in order to cure. So I'm just adding some more pieces and then another layer of my resin. And the nice thing with this, it's just really small amounts. Now, I know that I'm not wearing gloves and I'm very big on safety. However, with this resin in the little bottle like this, I am able to move it around with a stick with no worry about touching it. And I do wear a mask while it is under being cured, because it does still have a smell, kind of like in a nail salon. All right, so again, I'm just going to continue on. I'm doing my layers. As you can see, I'm taking my time and just doing multiple layers. But it's nice because, again, like I said, it also allows you to add upon it, and it gives your item depth. So using a toothpick, I'm able to kind of move things around. And then also popsicle stick is good. I use that also because it helps you to be able to move things. And just continuing on. So now I'm just going to start working on, making a nice dome on it because I've got, all my little pieces in there that I want. So we're just going to move our resin around, kind of get it where we want it to, and then put it in again 4 minutes each time. Now mine has a 90-second timer on it, so I just go through and have to hit it 3 different times. Now I did get a little bit of epoxy up over the top of it, so that's why I'm using this little poker and I'm going through the little chain holes so that I can make sure that's open and clear, no problem. And I got a little on the outside, so I just used some scissors and cut all of that off. And of course you can always, sand anything that you need to. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Very easy to do. And now I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to put some on the back side to give the back side a nice round smooth look. And for the last time over it, I like to use the popsicle stick because I feel like it gives it a more smooth oval kind of look. So again, it's in, we're doing our 4 minutes. And this entire project took me exactly 1 hour. And that was with like doing all the curing and everything. Now, it does still need to sit because it's not going to be fully cured, just like epoxy resin, but it's cured to the point of being able to manipulate it. So it was like 58 minutes and 30 something seconds was the actual total. So I have it in curing, and I did go through and try and take out all the time of it just sitting there curing. Sorry, this spot I must have let go a little bit longer than I meant to, because I know you don't want to watch the 4 minutes of it just sitting and curing. However, it is almost done and it came out so cute. And these are fun. You can do multiple at a time if you're going to sell them. And here is our finished product. So this is so cute.